Okay, now we're going to be looking at some physical properties of base. Now, the first one we'll be looking at is base has the ability to turn red litmus paper blue. Base turns red litmus paper blue. Okay, now if you remember in our last class when we were looking at an acid, we understood that an acid has the ability to turn blue litmus paper red. So base kind of does the opposite of what an acid does. Now the second physical property of base is base has a soapy feeling. It has a soapy feeling. So when you have a basic substance in your hand, it has this soapy feeling, the feeling that soap gives you when you feel it. That is the same feeling that base gives you. Now, the third physical property of base that we'll be looking at is base has a bitter taste. Yes, bitter taste is an unpleasant taste. And if you remember in our last class, we looked at an acid. Now, this here also tells us that an acid has a sour taste, but then now a base has a bitter taste. So now these are just some few physical properties of base. Okay, now the last thing we'll be looking at here is pH scale. Now I'm going to bring this down to make it very simplified. Now, pH scale is just looking at the scale, which means the level of acid and the level of base in a substance. Let me explain it further so that we can understand. To explain this further, I'll draw a simple diagram, not too complex. Now, just imagine that we have a line. Now, when we look at pH scale also has to do with the level of hydrogen ions present in a substance. Now, a pH scale typically 0 to 14, and in the middle we have 7. Now, this 7 is neutral. It's neutral, okay? Now, from 0 to 7, it has what we call increasing acidity. Now, when a substance falls within 0 to 7, it has more acidic level. But when that substance falls between 7 to 14, decreasing alkalinity. In our next class, I'll explain alkalinity. Okay, now this is typically what a pH scale looks like.